Messenger 3's 2020 haulout at Gronlund Boat Works on the north arm of the Fraser River. Founded by Maurice Gronlund in 1946 and the same year that Messenger 3's keel was laid. The subsequent owner, Chris Earls, started hanging around here on his dad's fish boat as a little boy, and by 1974 was working here, and by 1993 he was the owner. With any haulout with a 75-year-old boat, there's a few surprises. Had to replace a short plank near the galley, and interesting, for the first time I had oysters on the keel cooler. No idea where they came from. So on to projects. It was time to look at the 75-year-old yellow cedar deck. We tore some planks off, and it quickly became obvious that the underlying structure was pretty rotten. And also the steering system, an old shaft and chain system, the structure was pretty rotten. So we decided pretty quick we have to replace the entire steering system. Of interest, the shaft and chain actually drove an old truck differential to turn the rudder. A pretty ingenious system, but its time had come. All the structures were rotten. Chris and Yoni got to work on the aft deck. Chris had some beautiful yellow cedar stock for the structure of the aft deck. We put a little camber in the deck, which it didn't have before, to drain better. And it's tremendously strong, a lot stronger than it was before. Story goes, Messenger 3 used to carry a horse up the west coast on the aft deck, but looking at the structure now, I think Messenger is probably now a 2-horse boat, if you look how strong this is built. Next, on to the deck planking. Look at the growth rings in that beautiful Douglas fir, which Chris had in his rafters in the shop there. Here's me and my brother looking on in amazement of the quality of the materials Chris had. So first plank's going on, fastened with stainless steel screws, and it comes together pretty quickly at this stage. So once the deck's completely laid, it's on to the corking, and corking with cotton in the traditional manner. We went modern with paying the seams, so we didn't have to melt and pour pitch into the seam. We used a teak deck compound, which is really good, and the tedious job of masking the deck off and then peeling it off, which no matter what makes a mess and it gets everywhere. But it went well, and good helpers for this. And finish it off with a coat of Seekin Sea-Tall deck. So obviously really happy with how the final installation looks and how it was built. So on to the steering system. Some great resources on the north arm of the river here. Had to get the system designed and engineered. Had great help from Parntronics, who's been putting autopilots in fish boats for decades. And some great machining done for the tiller arm. It looks like something that's got the scantlings out of an icebreaker. So super happy with this installation. It's going to be much more reliable than it was before. And away we go, Chris's great old winch down the waves. Thanks, Chris and Yoni, for great workmanship, and for me, a great summer vacation. Thank you, Mother Nature, for the amazing materials that I think will last another 70 years. Will outlast me. We're lucky to have Chris Earl as one of our judges at the Victoria Classic Boat Festival. Hopefully next year, 2021, life returns to normal and we can go to all our favorite boat shows and we can see all our friends again north and south of the border. So hopefully we'll see you all next year at the Victoria Classic Boat Show, Labor Day weekend in Victoria, BC.